This is a rare voiceover of a process video that I recently made. The glue book or collage journal uses a 3-ring, well, in this case a 5-ring binder. And in order to prepare the cover, I covered it in gesso so that anything that I put on top of it, in this case crepe paper, would have a better chance of sticking rather than to the glossy cover. I also applied a glue to the inside cover as well. Here I'm applying some ribbon using a hot glue gun. In reality, I did the cover for this journal last, but it made more sense to show it first in this video. Because it was last, I was trying to use up all the scraps left on my table. Here for the closure, I'm using 2 rings, plastic rings. I did not quite get them in the middle. And this is the finished cover. The whole reason for doing this journal is because I had set out to do a pamphlet stitch journal, but it was becoming so thick I just didn't want to continue with that method. So after I had numerous page spreads done, I decided to change it up and put these pages in a 3-ring binder, which meant that after cutting them apart, I had to still make additional pages to go in to fit into the pages where I had cut them apart. So here I'm just trying now to make sure that the page on the right somewhat complements or coordinates with the page on the left. In this case, I'm just using a lot of pink hearts die cuts. The page underneath is a page from a digital download by Shabby Dabby Doodah. I use a lot of die cuts as frames in my work. I don't do too many splatters, but you'll see me using a lot of die cuts to offset or frame my focal points. Here I'm just making a little skirt for this card. More hearts. Even though these pages are from, or the digital is from Shabby Dabby Doodah, I do always try to alter the page enough so that I feel that a lot of the work is my work. Here now I have to make a page to complement the page on the left. I bought a bunch of these pumpkins. I got them free. I think I got 100 of them free for like 50 cents at the thrift store. I'm trying to use them all up. I don't often use a stencil, but again, to switch up the background a little bit from the original digital download, I'm trying to add my own touch to it. The 3 little women on the right are actually a vintage trade card. The woman on the left is an AI image from Patty Lang of Sacred Mementos. On the right page, I added some liquid pearls along the frame. The pink pumpkins are my AI. The woman in the middle on the left is from a cigar box label. To tie these two pages together, I'm using a lot of pink hearts and more liquid pearls. Now I'm making a page to complement the page on the right. This was just an old note card that I had with a corresponding envelope. Cut it apart and made my own composition. Again, more die cuts, more frames. The focal points on these two pages are from tarot cards. I use a lot of tarot card images in my work. So here I'm just doing an insert or a flip out page using Shabby Dabby Doodah's digital. More of my AI pumpkins. More of Patty Lang's AI work. Some washi tape. More pink heart die cuts. This is all stuff I had in my stash that I'm trying to use up. The little image that I'm putting down in the right-hand corner is from a vintage card game. This is all my AI work. Here I'm just using a gold paint pen to help tie in this page with the page that's going to appear on the left, which already has gold frames around many of the images. Now I have to make a page that complements the page on the right. Again, these are all scraps I had on my table left over from previous work. More liquid pearls. More tarot cards. Here I'm actually using the negative space from some of the die cuts. Flowers make everything tie together. Vintage trade cards. More of my go-to frames. I really do use them a lot. More liquid pearls. More pink hearts. Here I'm cutting apart a tarot card to frame behind my negative die cut. Still need a little bit more to tie the right hand page into the left. So I've added some gold to highlight the focal points. And later I added some gemstones to tie the purple bow in with the right hand page. Again, just using up scraps on the table to form a frame. And a tarot card, washi tape, more scraps from the table. Just doing a lot of layering here. Just using a piece of wax paper to press down what I've glued down. That just helps me get a good good glue between the different layers without catching my hand on one layer. Tried to keep this journal more whimsical than my most recent journals, which had more of a dark gothic theme. I wanted this to be more light and more boho Halloween, although this page came out a little dark. When I'm gluing glossy things down, I like to use art glitter glue. That's my go-to glue. Find it works pretty well on glossy items. And this is the last page, so it doesn't have a companion piece to go on the right. Thanks for watching. I will link to a full flip through of this journal if you're interested. Thank you.